Holy crap, it's cold outside. And I guess good morning and all that. -20 Fahrenheit with wind chill. So it's -28.88888 Celsius outside. I sure hope so. Whoa, they redid this. Okay. Okay. Nobody's in game yet. What the heck is going on? Did we have multiple matches rescheduled again? Where did the TTL server go? Why did it go all the way to the bottom? Do I read YouTube comments? I do indeed. Get the stream top yesterday? Well, hold on. Let's see what the heck is going on. It says Husiel versus Lamo's at 9. Now we have Dr. Kozmonot versus Lamo. And did they reschedule Stark versus Bad Koala again? What the heck? What the heck, man? Ah, yes. Bad Koala versus Stark is being rescheduled. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And so we have nothing interesting happening again. Wait, T-West is casting a chart versus Say My Name. I guess he's probably just casting the Rex. Okay, so if Dr. Cosmonaut versus Lamo is at 11... Always have content? Yeah, playing the ladder. So fun. Okay, so I guess, we'll cast some Rex. All right. Let's get them. I guess we can do chart versus say my name. Alright. Very funny. Very funny. Oh, jeez. The heck are these Rex? What the heck? Where are they? They're in my folder, but I can't open them from the folder. Well, considering I have LY Cup Rex still, I should probably just clean out the save game folder. I do have 689 Rex. Alright. There we go. It looks like we will be starting on Monocle. I don't have Capture Age open, that might be a good idea. Just enjoy the black void of my soul. All right. It is a play all three. Chart versus say my name. Indeed, it is the Gobble Gobble theme. Alright, so chart going to be here in the green as the Sicilians to the north of Monocle, and to the south in the blue as the Malians. It will be Say My Name. Alright, so two pretty fun civs here. I did the Sicilians bit yesterday for State of the Civs, and I gotta say, Sicilians are winning my Most Improved Civ of the Year award, which I definitely didn't just make up. The Civ still has a ways to go, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, they're really getting there. They're getting there. They're not bad. Somewhat problematic, you'll have to see. Anyway, good old Threeville start. None of this mamby-pamby Empire Wars stuff. Next week to find out. Yeah, that, but literally. They do take a week to make. Alright, so let's see. Just now, the first Vil is going over to gather from the shorefish. Say my name walling up. Now, so remember, the gold on this map is quite sparse on the inside. You just have 4 tiles in your base, and then like some extra random tiles in the middle. Whereas all of the stone and most of the extra gold is here on the outside. I have a corgi staring at me for an oatmeal bowl. All right, food is eaten. Like we have a record scratching DJ on the way. Got these militia coming out here for Samanim, so certainly going to be something aggressive. You are going to be wanting to do something aggressive on this map, basically every time. Got the rocky terrain, it's got the shorefish. Oh, it's a tournament map, all right. All right, Sergeant's immediately queued up. Remember, you can now build those donjons in the Dark Age, which is a huge advantage. Your fortifications also build faster. Remember, Sergeants, they have the 2 melee armor to 0 compared to men-at-arms. They have 5 more HP than men-at-arms, but they have 1 less attack. Also, they move literally 0.01 tiles per second slower. It's a very important 0.01 tiles, though. Not really. You still don't want to be fighting them 3v1. The Sergeants are... Basically, all of that was to say that the Sergeants are slightly better than the men-at-arms in a head-to-head fight, but basically they win in equal numbers. They aren't going to win if they're down in numbers. Defensive tower is already up here for Say My Name, and these sorts of maps generally want you to just fling as many villagers onto the shorefish as possible so that you can just keep churning out your food units. That said, we have an archery range coming in here for Chart. There's already one in for Say My Name. We will be starting to queue up those archers, and Sergeants only have the 1 pierce armor. Romans are banned? Probably. They should probably just be the best civ on this map. Because Romans are awesome. They're fun. I'm a hater for saying that they aren't a very well-designed Civ. Alright. One sergeant is down, but a lot of those men-at-arms are getting lower in HP. Well, a couple nice kills there for Chart, but the archer numbers are really still just going to be climbing. You have some skirmishers coming out here for our Sicilians player. Oh my goodness, now I'm getting warm. I'm dressed in a ton of layers. Because if you missed it earlier, it is negative 28 Celsius outside. Not too fun. For taking a corgi out. Especially when said corgi does not care at all that it's so cold. He has a double coat. I have now stripped of some of my layers. All of my layers, for all you know. I feel like being in the nude just really increases the quality of my casting. Alright, so. He's a very warm boy. Although he slipped on some ice, so I'm a little worried that he hurt his leg. But I think he's okay. Everyone's already stripping? I mean, look, you gotta get in fast here before all the clothes come off, wildebeest. Anyway, sergeants can continue to apply pressure here. I think they have the same bonus damage. Yeah, 2 bonus damage against buildings. Same as the swordsman line. So that, yeah, they're just very slightly worse. I mean, here, I don't know what else you expect at the counter. You've been around here long enough to know that literally everything is weird. Another tier on Patreon, yeah. This isn't one of those normal people streams where normal people do normal things. If you just want, like, a good quality casting stream, might I direct you towards T-West? This is the stream for people who are AoE nerds, but also a little unhinged. Eight men-at-arms to 7 sergeants at this point. Durham's gonna try and head off this army. Now remember, you get that extra, well, I guess you have +1 defense anyway, but the extra pierce armor for the swordsman is very helpful. And those villagers are, as of yet, undetected. Alright. Look at that, guys. Archers getting poked down there by the gobble gobble. No forging in for the sergeants, though. And yet, on the other side, yeah, Samuel was able to take better fights. He's still +3 in the overall KD. Res collected are very similar. You got, call them 14 villagers here, gathering from the shorefish. On this side, 14 villagers with even more on the way. I mean, this is what I was saying earlier, guys. On these shorefish-intensive maps, it really is usually the best idea to just throw as many villagers as you can. The person who shorefishes harder will shorefish the best, or something like that. A lot of that just comes down from the fact that you can just get so many more units out via, you know, just food units, generally speaking. You can see it's skirmisher plus sergeant with a couple archers versus exclusively men-at-arms archers. The men-at-archers composition, if you will. Yes, Romans are definitely going to be the best civ on this map. Like, going to be expanding for some extra wood lines there towards the back. Let me tell you, I just want to cast some games, man. I feel like I've barely been able to, like, do regular AoE casting. And that's still my job, believe it or not. Believe it or not, my job description still technically says AoE 2 caster. Oh, Archer sniping the villagers right there. Forging upgrade coming in, but look at this. Art's gonna head him off at the pass. Like it's a Western. Sergeants are here. Still no forging upgrade, though, whereas these men-at-arms are fully loaded. Archer-type units both have fletching, and look at this. He's just going to try and go for some vills, but is unsuccessful in sniping, and even the TC is going to get a little bit of that extra damage in. The Sergeants are tanking it up. Forging is now in. And, I mean, it's a good fight for Chart. Overall KD is quite even. And our blue player's on the way up to Castle Age. I mean, this is just the simple fact of he's making 2 food units for the most part, skirmishers and sergeants, versus the men-at-arms and archers, so less food intensive. Also, he had more vills on the shorefish. Like I said, that's usually a good idea. See, 200 more food collected there. All right. Art seems to be saving up, though. He's looking towards Castle Age, but you can see Samaname wants to go for that cavalry. Honestly, it feels kind of weird. It feels like I'm casting just 2 balanced civilizations. Like, with all of the Fire Lancer and 3 Kingdoms shenanigans like we see on such a regular basis, it feels like, you know what? This is just like 2 civs that don't just go skirmisher timings. We actually have double stable knights in the year of our Lord Doubt 2026. Oh, gotta be careful there, say my name. Double ranges actually here for Chart. Not sure I love that. You're gonna be either going against the knights, or you're gonna be going against like longswordsmen for Malians with the extra pierce armor, and that neither of that really feels all that exciting for heavy range unit play here for Chart. That said, he does snipe a couple of villagers here at the back. But look at how exposed these villagers are. Run away! We got more DJs coming in. Lots and lots of donjons here to the north of the map. Chain barding armor as well. There are those knights, though. +1/+1 and +2 defense even already coming in. You got bloodlines. Husbandry's probably not too far off either. It's kind of where Sicilians wish they had camels. But they do not. Malians have camels. Alright, Vills are trying to escape that way. Happy Castle Age here to Chart. Both players have kind of foregone all infantry production at this point as they are looking to switch more over into the knights. And that mobility is certainly going to be very helpful as you have Vills spread out all over the place, so it's certainly no surprise why you'd want that mobility option in the knights. Second TC going to be built here at the back for Say My Name. We got 9 knights on the field versus only 2. Also, the knights are better upgraded, having that extra Castle Age defense upgrade. Villagers are going to be taking some shots right there from the knights. Now the villagers are attacking the knights. That's not a great sign. Uh-oh. Well, I guess the knight's kind of trapped, which is a bit awkward. And the vills are going to try and finish that donjon. It looks like just enough units are there over here to the west, but to the north, even more units are incoming. Yes, the donjons can shelter the villagers, but that's making your eco idle while your opponent is getting a second town center down. And the donjons, I mean, like, they add some extra damage, but no bodkin, no ballistics. They're still not going to be the most powerful damage-dealing tool at the moment. Yeah, just causing that more idle time. 600 more resources collected right now for Say My Name. He has 6 more villagers, although he has no eco upgrades. Now even a third town center coming in here at the middle of the map. You need to get that gold income, though. And see that gold in the base is about to run out, and this only secures 1 more tile of gold. Not the most impressive. Still no husbandry yet for either player. And there's DBA finally coming in. And Knights over here to the west getting even more value. Say My Name's playing chart like a fiddle. Just sniping those villagers on the extremities, even those archers adding in a little bit of extra damage here, as well as the Minotaurs. And right now, yeah, Chart is just completely fallen apart. Just was too far behind in that Castle Age timing, was 2 minutes slower, and his eco is simply too exposed. And so, Say My Name, Say My Name gets the win. 18 men-at-arms made, 17 sergeants, and yet still just getting that faster Castle Age time as the skirmishers were just a bit too much of a food investment. And we'll just get into game number 2, because why not? All right, we're here on High Tides. I'm so excited to cast my favorite map ever. Is Evacuation back too? Anyway, Say My Name is going to be here in the blue as the Portuguese to the west of the map, and to the east in the green as the Incas. It will be Chart. You got a triangle of relics here in the middle, 1 to the north, 1 to the south. Thankfully, this is a map that just has 5 relics like a regular map. Also, this particular version does not have deep fish here in the shallows, which we see sometimes. They could, like... I mean, it's actually a lot of shorefish still, so if you want to dock here, you can at least gather gold from the... Or gather food from the shorefish. But yeah, obviously all the deep fish are out here in the deep water. And then down here to the south, it is the shorefish again, and then you have all of that gold and stone. But the real feature of the map is that you're docking very close to each other here to the north most of the time, and then it's very open at home, so it's difficult to defend. Yeah, it basically could be Kawasan for sure. And we could always be going to Kawasan, Mr. Ornlu. All right, so Incas are interesting because they're not like a hybrid civ. They're a land civ for the most part. You know, you don't really have any bonuses that really help you out too much here on the water. But instead, Chart's going to be going for something very aggressive. Obviously going to be dropping the early barracks and going for a quick drush. Incas are good at that. But how good is a fast drush on this map in general, especially if you do not deny the dock? Wait, Say My Name built an extra house. Or he built a very early third house. Don't know how I exactly did that, but whatever. Wait, why is he building a house over there? Okay, that was just a misclick. But yeah, you'd think that he would be going for a dock. Portuguese. Some people said, oh, Ornlu, you know, Portuguese are balanced on the ladder win rates at 1650 plus, so I don't see any issue with the civ. You just complain and you don't use facts. You use your emotions. You don't actually use data-driven analysis. Like, come on. Oh, the goat! The goat survives. No, the goat doesn't survive. I jinxed it. I'm sorry, Mr. Goat. All right. Scout here, gonna get an extra love tap there onto the Eagle Scout, and since the Scout cavalry is faster, that Eagle Scout is gonna be in for a rough time. That said, villager coming back, dock comes in, and this is always my issue with going for land-based aggression on these hybrid maps is it needs to get a lot of damage done. It can, but the threshold for success is significantly higher than on a land map. Those vills are quick-walled in. I mean, this is a little annoying for sure, but you're going to have those Fisky Mothers out here very soon, and Say My Name is almost certainly going to be up to the Feudal Age faster. And that could be tricky. That's actually the first lumber camp coming in. A very fast barracks here from Chart. It's a cute build for sure, but again, I'm just not sold on the efficacy of these sorts of openings here on, actually, wait, 5 militia, hold on. Are we Aztecs? Is the year 2013? Is Ornlu, what, freshman in high school or something? Sophomore in high school? Watching, what, Brain Championship or whatever? Oh, is Riot playing? Oh, I wish, man. Riot streams were the bomb back in the day. Alright, Feudal Age on the way. Like I said, you're going to be faster up to Feudal Age with this build to Say My Name. And that's going to leave you in a pretty good spot. Now, we do have a second lumber camp coming in. You do need to make sure that it is not discovered by Chart. And you only have the 5 vills on food right now. I mean, it's definitely annoying, for sure. And look, hopefully, for Chart's sake, he's not going to be too much slower to Feudal Age. But no dock whatsoever. Shalom, why don't you say hi? And this will be discovered. And you can see the militia immediately turning around. Oh, this is what happens when you try and expand your wood income and don't do so safely. Because now the militia are showing up, and this is always the danger with these sorts of openings, is if you're not careful, this sort of thing happens. And yet, good job saving all of the villagers thus far. Oh, I think it's very likely we'll be sick and tired of all these maps by the end just because the volume of games is super high. It's just sort of the downside of this sort of map, or this sort of tournament format. It's a tough spot for T90, right? And his admins, you know, the people who pick the maps. Oh, look at that cute little dock here to the east. Because it's like, you need to pick maps that are going to be... They need to have a very high average quality of game. And that's something that I always really try to do in my own tournaments, is you need to avoid maps that are going to be spammed, that like might have a good game every so often, but like have a lot of mediocre games, because there are so many games that you're going to cast. So if you're seeing the same maps over and over again and they have the same play styles over and over and over again, then that could be quite tricky. And to its credit, this is not the high tides of the days of yore, at least in this particular game, because Chart is doing something super aggressive. Anyway, DBA coming in. No men-at-arms upgrade as of yet. He's making an eagle instead. Archery range coming in here as well. Just a couple of fishing ships for each player. But yeah, sneaking out that dock was quite nice. And there's going to be a fire galley out too, and Say My Name is going to be unprepared. And so Watchtower coming in, DBA for blue too. And what's the scout going to see? 500 people tournament? How about no? All right, that dock is discovered. Good catch there from Say My Name, but is it too late? The fire galley is already firing forward. And missing. Awkward. Awkward. Oh, is he gonna snipe the... Actually, no, isn't the scout gonna die? Yeah, scout does die. Oh, awkward. All right, Blacksmith coming in. And Chart is not slowing down this aggression. So this could be maybe a little bit of a watershed moment in the High Tides metagame, which was always just like 3 docks here, fires and demos, and, you know, me going slowly insane. Promptly turns around. Yeah, but that's just my casting in a nutshell. You do have the extra HP for your Portuguese ships, remember, so you will win the one-on-one fire ship fights. Alright. I don't know why that fire ship's going away. You still want to fight 2v1. Mess with the Incan villager? Exactly. Oh, the old bait and switch. The old Reddit switcheroo. And that's a second kill there for Chart. Like, he's killed no villagers. And it's not like the resources collected discrepancy is that significant, but Chart, he's keeping his opponent on his toes right now. T90 seems a little bit flustered. Is that fire galley going to escape its fate for now? Oh, the block! Oh, not enough. Oh, that's a Raven's O-line level block right there. Oh, 2 archers in this army does mean that the villagers need to be a little bit careful. The skirmishers here at the front, actually really nice unit organization here, or positioning, I guess. Archers there safely at the back, picking away at the villagers with all of the tankier units at the front. That was a nice little move. Gets 2 vills. And things are looking better and better here for Chart. Yep. Oh no, things are starting to unravel here for Say My Name. Mon Dieu, I am undone. That's what Jean Bureau says when he dies. Dock number 2 coming up here to the north, but I mean, Say My Name's gonna need some more water control than he's hitherto possessed. Yep. Archer there goes down. I mean, Say My Name has a decent blob of archers. He's also trying to transition into some scout cavalry. He has 20 villagers on food, even trying to leverage those forage bushes there. Fishing ships there are also in hiding, and yet Chart is the one who's had the more efficient eco up to this point. He's ahead by 300 food. He's got the food discount on his unit to Zenkas, remember, and he's looking ready to get up to the Castle Age. The Eagles? What a bold prediction, Will. It could be mass skirmishers. I hear they're even better than Eagle Warriors. There we go. Castle Age is on the way. Say My Name isn't horrendously far off, but he is going to be slower. And considering that Say My Name is still very open at home, it's going to be quite rough as we have these big ol' walls coming in here for our Incas player. Is the Scout switch? They really did. You know, I was all High Tides again, but this has been a very interesting game. 15 minutes ago? Yeah, same. Although, I did have a game yesterday, guys. I've been trying to maybe play a little bit more. Shake off the rust a bit. I random Shu versus Romans on, Socotra. And so I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it. I went for 23 plus 2 war chariots. I had 18 kills to 1 death. And my 1 death was a scout, my starting scout cavalry that I accidentally ran into the TC in Feudal Age. It is a silly unit. Like, he tried to do men-at-arm pressure with towers and stuff, and I just sat there and went war chariots and rams. I literally destroyed his TC before he got to Castle Age. It was so silly. Alright, double ranges, so, you know, maybe no chicken suit men just yet. Maybe we're still on the archery range units. Alright, Bodkin coming in, and second TC. So Bodkin crossbow, second TC, not what we typically associate with Incas, but as I say in State of the Civs, the thing with Incas is that they're flexible. You can go for so many different strategies successfully. And you want to just chill, make crossbowmen and add eco? That's totally fine. You've got the upgrades to do it. About 5 scouts? Oh, jeez. Oh, something weird happening here to the south, but I guess 1 villager and 2 scouts died. As Chart was trying to sneak some extra food and come over to there to the west. T90, meanwhile, is starting to mine some stone. Now, organ guns are very good versus the Incas. Incas do not like dealing with the Portuguese army. Oh. And 4Com with the 93 months. Thank you so much, 4Com. I appreciate it. 1 Ace, hello as well. But look at this. Swinging on in here. And that is some excellent value here from Chart. Ballistics coming in too. Second TC being built with 1 villager. And you can try and go Night Skirm as say my name. But it just feels like you are always the one who is reacting at this point. More fire ship scuffling here in the middle of the map, but this still should be won by say my name. And it will be. He does have 9 fishing ships, though, which is not insignificant. Gets the kill there. This is a nice series. Definitely 2 evenly matched players. I've got no qualms casting the Silver League players. Their gameplay isn't perfect, but it still can be quite good. And as you can see from Chart, these guys are certainly capable of preparing good strategies, executing them well, and giving us entertaining AoE too. Got 3 towers defending your base right now as say my name. Silver League is what we're casting now, so it goes Platinum League, Gold League, Silver League. And Bronze League. But Bronze League is kind of different. Bronze League is basically just a qualifier for Silver League. Oh man, another couple of kills. So this is the lowest league. Which league is Dowd in? Dowd is in the Mithril League. He's the only player in the league. Hello, Hassan. So the downside is that Dowd doesn't have anyone to play against because nobody can compare. He casts the early rounds of tournaments. I cast most things. I know I feel like I've been so inactive with my casting this year and previous years than in previous years because I've been, you know, doing other stuff, trying to get a job and all that. And yet, I was still somehow the 3rd most spamming caster out there after Mem and T West. That surprised me. I feel like I've barely done anything. Anyway, triple TCs, University coming in. And yet, this crossbow Vegadil army looking strong. See there at the back. I mean, you're going to want to get your own ballistics to say my name, but no castle. Like I said, organ guns would be very nice to have here versus the army of Chart. More skirms coming out, though. Look at this, though. Counterattack on the way from Say My Name. And this is a fair amount of units that are going to be pouring into the base here of green. Another TC is going to be rushed up for defense. And the thing is that this push from Chart is overall scarier because it has that siege component to really start pressuring the buildings. You don't have that as Say My Name, but what you do have is just a lot of units. And Mangonel there. He's maybe. I don't know any of this stuff. All right, Knight's looking for a little bit of value, but remember, these TCs do have ballistics. Still, 3 Mangonels to 2. Still going to come down to micro. You can see the eco balance is getting a bit rough from Say My Name. Chart, I mean, it's not like it's perfect either, but at least he is getting close to the Imperial Age. And you're going to want to leverage some sort of Imperial Age timing here. He's still a little ahead in resources, is Chart. Chain Barding armor coming in, so Say My Name going to be sticking around in Castle Age. I don't know. It's kind of tough to apply even more pressure at this stage. And then eco balance is wiggity whack, y'all. Imp on the way from green. And this could just be as simple as forward castle trebuchets win the video game here from from Chart rather. I just don't really see that much more damage happening. You have more archery ranges coming up here in the back. The ladder qualifiers come to an end, but there's the last chance qualifier that's going to be this weekend, and then there is the main event in April. Waste your time? That's usually all anyone does around here, Naomi. Hello. Anyway, Imp is creeping closer and closer. Say My Name, I mean, he's just got so much gold. But he's trying to spend a bunch of resources on knights. Now he's trying to buy food, but he's actually just spending even more knights. I don't know. This doesn't really feel like a winning play. Now, there is no castle here for Chart, so it's not like he's going to be able to build trebuchets and obviously no bombard cannons as the Yankas. Okay. Avoids any serious harm. And there is the Imperial Age. Now, Say My Name is about to click up. He needs a castle, though. I mean, he needs a castle and he needs Imperial Age, to be fair. Oh, does he not have a market? No, he doesn't market. Just click up, dude. Click up, dude. There you go. Bracer, Arbalest, Chemistry, all on the way. Now, the castle will buy a lot of time, though. Like I said, there is no siege component to this army of Chart. You're gonna want skirmishers. You're gonna want organ guns. Another TC there to the back. Or I guess you could just make skirmishers, because that's how you play Age of Empires. That's also an option. More range is coming in. It feels like there's always like one random unit here from Salmonheim to attack a few random villagers here from Chart. All right. Well, Arbs here still being a bit annoying, but the Eagle switch is coming in. And guys, you know what would be good against Eagle Warriors? And they would be good for pushing. And they wouldn't be weak to Arbs. I'll give you one guess. And if you guessed the Skirmisher, you'd be correct, because it's good against everything. I mean, you could go champ, but champions feel like they just aren't going to be all that impressive versus the range units that Chart can provide. No, the correct answer is the Skirmisher. Anyway, Castle coming in here from green. But you can just see all of the time that's been bought from Say My Name. Now, I still don't love his chances in this game, just because I don't think he's actually teching towards a good army at all. But he's at least surviving, and there is something to be said for that. But now the Eagle Warriors are coming in. You might just try and add in hand cannoneers, but hand cannons can still be swamped by Eagle Warriors, especially in lower numbers. Especially when you're on the weaker economy and don't have the map control like Say My Name's position is. Which is why I actually espouse the organ guns, because the organ guns, they're great for just, like, hanging on. And eventually, you know, you get to your Portuguese Doom push, you cross the map, you win the game. But no. And there isn't any more stone income anyway. I'm going to try and get a castle here to the south, which actually would secure more stone. The number of the yeast? Yeah, why is that the number of yeast?
Hey, 66. The number of the yeast, I think.
Yeah, execute order 66 yeast. That's exactly what happened. The Emperor just wanted to bake bread. I guess he wasn't the Emperor yet, he was the Chancellor at the time. I'm sorry! Anyway, you got fabric shields coming in, plate mail armor as well. And it is exactly 2 hand cannons at the moment versus a ton of chicken suit men. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at the moment here for Say My Name. Eagles running amok. Oh, now you start organ gun production? I mean, of course, hand cannons are good against Eagle Warriors. The issue is, 1, the numbers, and 2, that the fact that... Oh, hold on. Okay, to be fair, Chart just threw away a bunch of arbs. Not ideal. He's gonna get another castle in here, though. This castle's getting low, low, low. You have a bombard cannon on the way, but none are in just yet, and you're just so far behind on that map control at the moment. Now you're gonna make a skirm switch. Yeah, I mean, we're just looking at a 70 pop lead right now here for Chart. Got more units flooding in. That Blast Furnace coming in. He's about to have full upgrades on those Eagle Warriors. The Chompy Warriors, just kidding, not yet. On those villagers, yes. The most important thing of all. No, he doesn't even have bow saw. He doesn't have full upgrades. SMH. I got a couple times heated shot on the way. Oh boy. Hey man, cheap Inca Towers. Yeah, closing in on 100 dead villagers right now here for Chart. Or kills for Chart. Say my name, not really getting anywhere at this point. Skirm's coming in, doing skirmy things. I mean, Sam has a ton of gold, but he just isn't able to get to the tech he needs. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. 16 bonus damage versus ships for watchtowers. And there is the G. G called. Chart ties us up, and we will be going... I mean, we go to the game 3 regardless. It's a play all 3, but still, we're going into game 3 tied. As Chart just with the way better eco, way more units made, way more fleshed out tech tree, and able to make it work. All right, this is Stranded, which I guess is going to be returning. Or was this a Warlords map before? I don't remember. Regardless. Oh, okay, so you're going to start with the Dockyards Chart. He's going to be the Green Mayans to the south, I guess, rocking the American civs again. And rocking the Southern European civs again, it will be same name in the blue as the Italians to the north. So it seems like this version of Stranded just doesn't give you a wood line very close by. You can see blue also building here on the gold closer to the forest. Also, you don't start on an island like on the latter version. So this one's at least a little bit more nomad-y than the previous one where you just like dropped a TC immediately. But dock in here for each player. You do start with the fishing ship, so you kind of want to get that dock down right away as much as possible. Got salmon and Dorado. Hello, Mangudai Enjoyer. Anyway, TC's up fairly similar time. It's a little bit faster for Say My Name. Reasonable start here for both players. Well, let's see. It's got some water buffalo scouting around. I wonder why Mayans. I mean, Italians are going to be great. I mean, it is a hybrid map, fundamentally. Mayans are fine, because Mayans are usually fine, but I don't know what, if anything, makes Mayans especially exciting. Now, you do have those longer-lasting resources, and because your food income sources are so limited early on, and this does include fish as well, remember, that might be a good enough reason to pick Mayans. Wait, why is... I guess he's not a... Oh, okay, he's like half a villa ahead because, yeah, his TC was down slower. That makes sense. 2 fishing ships now per player. But I mean, yeah, it's like mines are usually fine. And we already walling up that little area. Looks like maybe Save and Aim is going to be doing something pretty similar on the other side. Oh, I just realized they literally start next to a shipwreck. I don't know why I didn't notice that immediately. Oh, that's cute. Literally. Or I guess the map is stranded, not shipwrecked. But still, they are shipwrecked. They're stranded because their ship got wrecked. I mean, how did that even happen? Like, look at that. You got the wood that's, like, literally in the sand. That doesn't even make sense. All right, 5 fishing ships here. We have 5 fishing ships over here. And we get villager coming in for another Elefanto. A tots. All right. Gonna be, yeah, I guess a little bit further ahead in the fishing ships as well as our blue player, but I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference. Nobody's clicking up just yet. And we'll have to see what the balance is going to be between, do you want to fight more for the water or do you want to fight more for the land? There's the lumber camp coming in. You do need that second Dark Age building, remember. Hurt does not have that yet. He has a loom queued up, but yeah, he's going to need to build a lumber camp or a mill or a mining camp. Or a barracks. Houses don't count. Palisades don't count. Docks count. Also, TCs don't count. Need a barracks and a drop-off site. Or 2 drop-off sites. And he is gonna be awkward. And yeah, I see he's making the extra villager right there because he's trying to rush up the lumber camp. And Save and Aim just gonna be a little bit smoother here in the Dark Age. And I got the barracks on the way. So that is certainly indicative of some terrestrial pressure. Same here for chart, but Mines you would expect to be focusing a bit more on the land than the water regardless. Don't see a second dock from either player either. I mean, we'll certainly see like a fire galley out just to apply some pressure. Oh, never mind, we do have a second dock coming in. Just kidding! But I mean, look at this. Save and Aim's not even far away from Castle Age resources as the Italians. It's only 680 food and 170 gold. Chart as well could be going for the fast castle. Get lots and lots of food here under the TC at this stage. Let's see. Feudal Age is in. There is the stable. Will we see a blacksmith as well? And then just going for, like, Fast Castle Knights or something. Or a market, maybe? Nope, there's the blacksmith. And there's the archery range and the blacksmith. So, yeah, looks like we will just be going for a fast castle for both players. Same villager count. Resources collected a little bit in favor of Chart. Again, he's got those longer-lasting resources, which is still very helpful here. Just making an Eagle Warrior because you can afford it. And Chart will be ready to click up right now and might even be a hair faster than his opponent. Nope, it's like the exact same time. Still, Chart, 8 seconds idle time. Same name, 44 seconds idle time. He will have DBA on the way. House coming in. There is another archery range. And yeah, it's going to be fast castle crossbowmen. Now, I don't know how intensely scouts will be going here. Oh, not. It's Ornlu with the steel chair. Oh, not. It sure is me with the steel chair. Alright, so we got 2 fire galleys here for Salmon Aim with 2 more on the way. The chart is mostly going to be focusing on the archers at this point. Still only on 1 dock. Selling. Uh-huh. Alright, double bit axe incoming. Feudal Navy is boring. It can very much be boring for sure. At this point, Salmon Aim going to have pretty decisive control of the water, especially if he picks up the War Galley upgrade, and he does. He has 3 scouts on the field. But he's going to need to find a way to deal with the archery range units. Now, is there going to be a forward siege workshop component? Because that is very common when it comes to pressure on this map, is you can get the high ground really easily. But for now, it's just a night. And it's a defensive siege workshop. A lot of vills being idled immediately, but the same can be said on the other side, as you have a bunch of vills there in the TC. And you have 7 fishing ships that are currently trying to sail off into Valhalla. Second TC over here to the east as well. Not on any gold, though. Oh, excuse me. And the map has very little stone on it at all, remember? There's only 2,100 total stone. And, okay, it's just going to be flipping it over to the west side. Who actually doesn't have loom. He's got to be real careful. But this is going to be a lot of idle fishing ships, and it's going to allow Salmon Aim to get a pretty nice resources lead in the near future at this rate. Just intercepting a reinforcing crossbow at the moment. Good work! Yeah, but they're lazy. Defensive mangonel coming up.
Shot it.
And the Jar of Hearts. I don't know what the Jar of Hearts is. No! That was a pretty big hit. Well, it doesn't really seem like a whole lot's happening on the other side. Only 2. Oh, look at that idle time climb up, though. And now the fishing ships are going to start to go down. Looks like they have been discovered, and everything is starting to unravel here for chart. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti Mr. Yo. Told you that. Ah. Well, I think calling somebody 1,000 times would be extremely annoying. I feel like that's not the way to apologize and say that you're sorry. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's the 18-1 KD. It's like my game yesterday. Oh, it's perfect. What about the Jar Jar of Hearts? The Romance of the Gungans. I think that would be a far more compelling song. Alright, you got some cav upgrades coming in. A monastery might be nice to heal up those injured units for sure. Now we have even more Fisky Mothers on the way. No farms needed at the moment. There are 0 villagers on food for chart. He is very all in. But I just don't know how he's going to be able to apply enough pressure here. The fact is, he's behind in the Mangonel Wars. English songs of the last decade? Is Adele English? I actually have no idea, but I don't really know pop music. Or most music in general. I can never remember who's American and who's English. Anyway, that was a nice micro there from Chart, but you got soon to be 3 TCs to 1 plus 12 fishing ships. So I am not exaggerating when I'm saying that this has to be something happening right now.
Shot it.
London? Yeah. English, British, United Kingdom-ish. Gonna try and take an interesting angle here, where it's like almost trying to cut off the fishing ships as well as we have gill nets coming in. Oh, look at this. Knights here gonna try and intercept some more reinforcements. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting move there. You do lose a lot of your cavalry, and the mangonel goes down defensively. No ballistics yet. Again, it's literally 28 bills. Chart is 100% all in. And I just don't know how you could possibly do enough damage fast enough to actually kill Say My Name before he completely swamps you with units. Even though these knights aren't that well upgraded, they're eventually going to be enough of them.
Get.
2015? Oh no. Wouldn't the last decade be 2026 through 2016?
Get.
Salve.
Tabish.
Presto.
Well, he's on 28 villagers, so it's kind of not something he can do. I mean, he's got a big army, right? But still, only the 2 mangonels, and that's the real issue, because you're just not able to apply a ton of pressure to these TCs. Oh, mangonel with an attack round attempt. Remember, the knight trades don't have to be perfect. They just need to be good enough. And I feel like we could be entering that territory here. Although the knights are kind of just going down. We're on 17 fishing ships and counting. This is actually a very close and competitive set.
Tabish.
It was a rough start here from Chart, but he is at least giving himself an out. Which is all you can hope for at this point. Still, the mangonel numbers are concerning. That said, keeping that one alive from before is a huge help. Had the armor. Well, he still can't quite afford armor yet, and the issue is that because he lost the knights earlier, he needs to replace the lost knights, which means that you just don't have the resources to get chain barding armor.
Get.
And, I mean, we're at 41 archers, guys.
Tabish.
I mean, he's going to try and Mayans his way to victory, that's for sure. 20% discount on those archers. 9 less gold, 5 less food, right?
Shot it.
Or wood. I know my resources. Does what, 20 wood, 36 gold for crossbowmen? EC there is under threat, and slowly those mangonel numbers are climbing. It's really the linchpin of everything that our green players try to do here, but from downtown! Okay, so he's doing a good job microing the crossbowmen, avoiding the big hits. Knight's still getting some value, though. Yeah, demo would be insane. Oh, trying to clip a couple more units right there, and is it enough? Because remember, on the flippity flip, no! No! Like I said, the mangonels are the linchpin of this engagement, and as we were focusing on the other side, so was Chart, which meant that he just wasn't paying attention, and he lost all his mangonels. All those archers are also getting cleaned up. I mean, I guess he killed the other mangonels, which is something, but now it's just even more time. I mean, like, look at this eco difference. That is pretty cray-cray. Archer Blob trying to move over here to the west now. Bill's going on a great exodus. There's chain barding armor, finally. 2017? Well, it makes sense that I'm around at least 10 years too late with all of my references. It's because I've been reading my sick Maymays from Maymay Base. And my game knowledge is from Adobe Flash Games. And Homestar Runner. And this new site called YouTube. It's not new even. No, because I was doing 20 years ago. YouTube came out in 2006, I think. Oh, geez. This is weird. Like, here's the insane thing. There are 18 villagers running for their lives, not doing anything. That literally doesn't matter. That's a rounding error in the difference in economy at the moment. That is wild. Oh. Like, it's amazing how little this actually matters, because you're still redeveloping your night numbers. The fishing ships are here to help. Oh, no. The peasantry. The peasantry. It's always the peasantry. Yeah, honestly, a single transport would have been a very good idea, but unfortunately for Say My Name, he did not think of that. And now even a fourth TC is on the way. You still have 21 fishing ships, remember. Yeah, that is also another demo chance. Really should have thought of that. And honestly, a Platinum League player would have thought of that. Anyway, all those units are getting cleaned up, and Same Name is still working towards the victory, which is all that matters. Again, it's the mangonels. You need to be able to destroy the buildings. And by buildings, I specifically mean TCs. No obsidian arrows, I'm afraid. Not that it feels like obsidian would be a very good building destruction mineral. The chart wars have begun. I guess we've already made several prequel references at this point, so we might as well keep them going. Okay, how far away are we from right-clicking a TC? With good reaction, it's still a little far away. In goofy mode? Yeah, I'm a little goofy at the moment. But it's a pretty small stream today, so I don't really care. Idle Vills? Yeah, but the issue that you've had at this point as Say My Name is that you keep on losing knights, and I feel like he just needs to build up his knight numbers. You can see Say My Name's army value is actually higher at this point. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez, the mangonels, guys. Can't be losing him like that as either player. Iron casting queued up too. All right, is it now the hour? Riders of Rohan, oaths you have sworn, now fulfill them all. There you go. There you go. Oh, there you go. Say my name. Gonna get the 2-1 win. And a pretty thrilling finish there. Really good series, though. For sure. The hamstring shall stop. But yeah, I mean, Chart fell so far behind in Eco early on to the naval pressure of his opponent, and it was all he could do to go for the all-in, and it was simply not enough. Say my name spread around too much on the map. Double res collected. I thought you said double less res collected. I'm like, I think that's just hash. Drafts are ready? For what? The upcoming set? Kozmonot versus Lamo? Yeah, that's what I thought. Why don't you say hi? Changing hairstyle? I look bad in, like, everything else. I think my hair is fine. Not like a bowl cut. I'm not enough of an edgelord to do a fade. I guess. Broccoli hair? Oh no. Thanks, Rango. Probably want to get yourself checked out then if you're if you find this content fun. By the way, I missed it. My 8-year anniversary of streaming. Was like a week ago. Week and a day ago. I've been doing this nonsense for 8 years. Jeez. Am I happy with the results? I don't know. I'm not. I'm proud of what I've done, but I have no idea. I just want to be able to move on in my life. If I was gonna make it as a streamer and be able to just do this for my living, I would have done so by now. But I also can't seem to be able to get a job a regular job anyway, so I'm stuck right now, and it's really, really anxiety-inducing. Like, I have 150 or so job applications I've done, and I have not gotten one interview. It's very stressful. Anyway, T90 is going to be here in the blue as the Gujaris in the north. This is just a random freaking ladder game because we have 20 more minutes to kill before the next set. And Z40 is going to be here in the red as the Chinese to the south. Newly acquired territories. Oh, please. Only takes one big break. That's not, I think, how it's going to work anymore in AoE. I don't really think there's any big breaks for any up-and-coming streamer. At least not in AoE 2. Maybe in, in other games, other contexts, certainly. But, I mean, the last, like, AoE streamer that was, like, new and then sort of became big was Hera. And Hera was because he was the best player in the world and also because most of his competition went to Facebook at the time. Maybe Dave as well, but Dave is a bit of a different example because he already had so much of a following from T90 stream, so nobody's, like, really made it in a very long time. It's already very saturated at the top. Anyway, I have no idea what Z40's doing, by the way. In case you're wondering, Ornlu, what the heck Z40's doing, I really wish I could tell you. I have no idea. He's clicking up on 27 pop and isn't even fully walled. Pro player. That, though, is a luxury to a degree. If you can stream and get good numbers, it's a good way to, like, grow your stream even more. But what you don't want to be doing is doing a ton of streaming without getting any growth. Because that's how you go insane. T90 YouTube into T90 streams into Ornlu streams? Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole thing with, like, the algorithms and whatnot. T90 and Hera and Spirit of the Law are the entry points for AoE into AoE 2. Well, I mean, T90's Camel Scout's in. It was honestly very late walling. I still have no idea what Z40's doing. Like, did he get his boar lamed or something? I don't think so. The Camel Scout's at full HP. Oh, he's fish booming! That's what he's doing! Oh, okay. Yeah, this is silly. No, it's really not very formidable. T-West grew a lot. T-West grew a fair bit, but I don't think T-West's ceiling is going to be able to grow that much. Like with anyone else, T-West is going to be able to find a lot of success when there aren't other people streaming, but I don't think he... And this is not a knock against T-West, I just don't think it's possible for anyone to grow while others are also online. So basically you become entirely dependent on other people not streaming, which is kind of where we at. I mean, it's all relative, right? Like, minimum wage in America is probably, like, 250 to 300 regular viewers. Like, it's really not much in the grand scheme of things. German streamer? That might be the case for sure. And Nilly's, I mean, I'm sure they were just dispersed to all of the other streamers. North American streaming dominance. I don't know about that. No, like I said, I just don't think it's actually possible for anyone to grow significantly. In German? I don't know about the non-English language streaming. I guess I was just talking about the English language streams because that's what I am familiar with. Get fluent in Mandarin? I think that Yo has already got that on lock. You need a place that doesn't have a super saturated like language streaming community, but also they need to have, it needs to be a large AoE community player base wise. Japan? Japan doesn't have a huge AoE player base, though. Streaming in Korean, there is definitely not a big Korean AoE 2 community. By the way, guys, this game is very silly that's happening. You're a little bit ahead in resources here as Z40, like a little bit, with like a huge amount of investment into the fish boom. You're catering to the player base, but rather to watchers. That's also very true. I don't know how much of an impact that is in AoE. It's a lot of podcast interview. Well, that's because he got the gig from Gamer Legion. I mean, he had done podcasts and stuff like that in the past. But it was mostly through like getting hired by larger like, you know, organizations and whatnot. But again, it's not like Messmore is making a living doing it either. I mean, Messmore's got like a full day job and all that. Succeed? I have no idea. Korean market? I don't even think StarCraft's popular in Korea anymore at all. I think it's mostly just League of Legends and Korean, like Korean-only games. Ten fishing ships, guys. I mean, T90 is still slightly faster to Castle Age. Like, I mean, he's fine. He's got another range coming in, though. Criticize T90? What have I criticized T90 for? I mean, the game is just weird. I don't think T90 even knows about the fish boom, though. Teams, no. Not that I know of, at least. Oh! Tristan? Is this Auto Scout? Guys, we know Auto Scout likes to default to the right side of the map. I'm getting some Auto Scout. I'm getting some Auto Scout vibes here. 2 days? I streamed yesterday. I streamed for a whole 16 minutes. Anyways, E40 thinks he can take a decent fight here, and he is also quite correct. So, nice micro from him. I'm still getting the auto scout vibes, guys. Look at this perfect scouting. Your watch streak? Yeah. Right. Oh, it's Cav Archer time. It's so fun. I love it when everyone goes Cav Archers. At least T90 can't go Cav Archers. He has to go for crossbowmen then. Vodka's all on the way for him, but he's already lost a lot of his archer mass in the first place, which is a bit rough. But he's still got some of it left, and he's still looking to continue to apply some pressure here. Auto scout? Exactly. It's a shame, really. Need to get gill nets, man. Green men? Yeah. Exactly. Gotta get the Genshin and Uma Masume community over there in Asia. Is a type of Cav Archer? That's true, but we don't see them very often, so that's still exciting or something. Young Korean men, it's true. Korea has a very, very real gendered problem. And that men and women don't like each other very much. In a lot of cases. Against Hera? Oh my god, that game was so painful. Alright, there's Gill Nuts. Play some team games, found him quite talented. You mean as a team game player? I mean, Dave's a solid player. He's no pleb. Well, I mean, he is a pleb, but insofar as, like, everybody is a pleb. Anyway, Blow 6 is in, and of course T90 showing some decent micro. Looks solid. Dave's like, you know, 17, 1800, I think. A solid player. Well, Bolts. Oh, yes. That's why I study it. It's so fun and crazy. As plebs. Oh, then you're talking about the Romans exclusively. And right now we're just running Cav Archers into crossbowmen. This is Age of Empires right now, guys. Doing okay there? Doing okay there, Chief? Well, Ballistics is in for both, but the issue is that the Cav, like, they're both running their armies into each other, and it's a lot cheaper to replenish the crossbowmen than it is the Cav Archers, which is why T90 is ahead in the Res Destroyed. Got a Scorpion here as well. In the big 2025, it would be ridiculous. Don't be absurd. Well, T90's on 3 TCs. V40's on 2. The villager numbers are very similar. Again, I still don't think T90 has any idea what his opponent has been doing, and he will find it right now thanks to Auto Scout. Literally, he will Auto Scout the fish boom and the last place on the map he needs to see. Res destroyed. So basically what you need to do is you need to look at the military score and multiply it by 100. And that's the amount of resources destroyed. A second earlier, yeah. Look, let's see the T90 scouting. 98% map scouting versus 28%. Red scouting. He doesn't even know where his opponent is. T90 scouting. The entire map except for this bottom corner. Learning the truth of the fish boom. It's what Big Fish Boom didn't want him to know. He saw too much. He had to be silenced. Wrong place, wrong time, and all that. Anyway, T90's army production has been faltering a little bit, as eventually the Cav Archers on 3 ranges are gonna be able to push forward. Note that we do not have Husbandry in yet. We do have Thumb Ring and Ballistics. Okay, so yeah, once Husbandry's in, we'll have fully operational Battle Cav Archers. And T90 is starting to mine some stone here. Gonna be looking towards the castle, but he's likely gonna want some sort of cavalry unit. Where T90 stands politically, he's no big Trumpy, but other than that, I don't know how politically active he is. But he's definitely, you know, not a bigot, so there's always that. ETL? No. Prizes? Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a great mystery. Yeah, this is just a ladder game, because we're still, I guess, in 4 minutes. That support Trump? I mean, it depends on what social circles you're in. I would say that the amount of people who are like very pro-Trump and very anti-Trump that can also exist in like the same social circles are quite limited. Conservative AoE too? Yes, just like I am. I don't really care. To be fair, I think all of us content creators are like all the casters at least are very like, don't change anything in AoE 2. Exactly, Tozafloat. I don't think anyone is. I think we're all grouchy, grumpy old people who don't want anything to change from AOC. Controversial? What do you mean? Immigration is like an extremely controversial topic literally everywhere. No matter how much there actually is. A couple conversions there, cute. Camel numbers are looking pretty good. Now you gotta be careful of those rocket carts. Oh. Nicely done, T90. There you go, man. Very, very well done avoiding the big rocket cart hits. Now, Z40's eco is a lot better. Yeah, very, very well done. As much as I like to poke fun at T90. And he knows it's only from a place of love. No, that was very well done. I hate to, yeah, exactly. You can't just ask somebody their elo. You can't just go hashtag what's your elo. I'm like 1850 right now. I really haven't played that much at all in the last year, though, and I'm trying to play a little bit more again. Only Leary can do that? Yeah, seriously. Steal relics from the opponent. All right, got some barracks on the way. Imp is also coming in, and this is really the downside of what T90's been doing, is that going for this big camel switch is great at fending off the cav archers, but it really is delaying his Imperial Age transition. He's just now getting some extra eco upgrades as well. But also, he wanted to not die, so, I mean, it's a tricky situation, as Z40's eco is just quite a bit better at this stage. At one point. Back in the good old days. Yeah, just a little bit of a scuffle over here. It's like, well, I mean, it's one of those situations where I think that T90's senses were kind of thrown off a little bit because he didn't know about the fish boom and didn't realize it until much, much later. So I'm sure that he just didn't really have the best understanding of, okay, how good is either player's eco relative to the other. Also, the macro was simply better here from Z40. T90 dead? He's pretty close to dead, yeah. Oh, okay, if he can get all these units here, although I guess the Fire Lancers are coming in. The game, that's the fun with AoE too, and, you know, it's my job as a caster to make the game fun and engaging and informative, even if you aren't somebody who plays it constantly. Again, like, it's a good fight for T90. I just don't quite see how he's going to be able to make a proper transition. Like, now is where you want the Chakram throwers, but you only have one castle with which to make them. You could also try and switch into hand cannoneers, but those are much easier to counter. Did he get even games? Oh, I still stand by the fact that, like, team games are the most fun way to play AoE 2. Yeah, T90 has to tap out. A valiant effort, but I do think T90 was just thrown off and by all the fish traps and whatnot, and he just never quite had the best grasp of what was going on in the game. Which, I mean, it was a very weird game from Z40, so it's not like you blame him for it. Hera's tournament? What's Hera's tournament? What is a Herament? All right, so hopefully we'll have a draft coming in here. Hera's Hamster Cup. 3v3 tournament? I mean, you guys know I love team games. I love, love, love team games. I love casting them. I love playing them. The thing with team game tournaments, though, is that they kind of suck to host. Yeah, I'm getting them for you guys. Oh, I should also probably update the country flags. Do I prefer 3v3 or 4v4? My stance has always been that 3v3s are the most skill-intensive game mode, both mechanically and in terms of teamwork. But 4v4s are the most fun mode. $11 sets. It's annoying. All right. Let me get the civs up for you guys. So it's difficult. Oh, it's It's tough. Like, trust me, I've hosted multiple team game tournaments. It is a lot of extra work. You get a lot less respect. And it's just viewer numbers and interest is just less than for 1v1 tournaments. That's just how it is. All right, so here is our batch of civs. TXT Cup. No! Wait, we can't see lobbies any. Guys, what is this new interface? What was wrong with the old interface? Now it's like look at this. Tournaments? Oh, is there like a filter here? Oh, filters. Tournament? But I can't find lobbies. And it's so much easier just to be able to like see the lobby, click on that, and then be like, okay. Oh, this shows lobbies? Oh, it does. Oh, but this is so confusing. This is very confusing, guys. So yeah, I guess this is the lobby for that Dr. Kozmonot's just set up. But effective? Yeah, I mean, you don't need to, you don't need to mess with something simple that works. Oh yeah, let's update the stream title. Easy. I didn't have any issue accessing the drafts from the spec dashboard. All right. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I can still auto join as soon as the game starts. I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be right back, and then we will get into this play all 3, which is hopefully going to be pretty close. I hope. We can dream. And my headset broke yesterday. Look at this dangly thing. Thankfully, the new one I ordered is coming today. The plastic cracked in it. Alrighty. Let's get going. Old chair is currently sitting in a dump somewhere. It was Dunzo's. T10 League. Silver League. Yes, I know I'm unprofessional. Alrighty. Here we are, guys, on Valley. Oh my god, why are there so many chickens and bunnies? Oh my goodness, why? Why? Too many! Also, was it ever in, like, a ditch before? I mean, Valley's a perfectly fine map. Nothing wrong with it. Custom Valley. Huh. I wonder why they wanted so many chickens. Slash hares. No idea. Anyway, Lamo gonna be in the blue as the Goths to the northwest, and to the southeast in the green as the Burgundians. For luring. Ah, yes. That makes sense. Go mid? What, are you saying all the players are mid, Grom? That's rude. Well, there's at least a deer that's going to be getting lured here for Lamo. Such thing. Lol, lol, lol. Alright, so interesting matchup here, because we have two very different Civ philosophies, right? You have Goths who are going to want to go out, get all the extra hunt, excuse me, and then play aggressive. Arena and Raid, but yeah, no, I now I didn't understand it at first, but now I totally get it. But going to be the much more defensive and economic approach here for Kozmonot, because the rush distance, it's honestly pretty short compared to what previous Valley scripts have looked like. Also, this map is a lot more open than Valley has been traditionally, which has been much easier to wall. I mean, this just looks like Arabia, right? You have the 4 wood lines very far away from the TC. I guess 3 to 4 wood lines. So yeah, this definitely feels like it's much more aggressively inclined than Valley has traditionally been. But you still have a very passive Civ here in the Burgundians. You can't go for the Flemish Militia, of course, and they are quite good, as anyone who's watched Empire Wars recently knows. But we'll have to see here if that is going to be the call, because Lamo, as the Goths, still is going to have a lot of men-at-arms on the field, most likely, and will also probably be out here taking from these bunnies. Hey, chickens! Chickens! Bark, 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 bark. Bark, bark, bark. Oh, we got a Vil going over the gold right there. Lamo still not actually queuing up any infantry units quite yet.
Bonjour.
Looks like Kozmonot here is going to go 19 pop. No double bit-axe? What's he doing? No DBA as Burgundians? Like, why are you playing the Burgundians then? Were Mongols banned? Yeah, Mongols were banned. And it looks like there aren't any overlapping bans either, so you actually just have 10 civs taken out. Man, if people just only play Burgundians just to go for Mass Flemish Militia, I would be so triggered, man. Not even playing the full civ. It's like, oh, here's the one thing that's overpowered. Let's just do that. Well, swordsmen are queued up, and Goth infantry should trade very well into the Flemish militia, like I said, so this still could be tricky to actually make something happen here as Kozmonot, who still, by the way, does not have double pit axe, which is just mind-boggling. My mind is getting boggled here, guys. Those wheels are kind of derping around, and Kozmonot will see them at this point. I don't know if you can build on here or not. Hard to tell with terrain layering. Okay, now he gets double bit axe, but that's like, you know, 15 seconds faster than your opponent. It's really not that impressive. Feudal age times are almost identical. Yes, this is TTL. No docks? Oh, okay, that's I wasn't even thinking about docks. Alright. And an arm upgrade coming in. We have a couple of Flemish militia out. They train very fast, remember. Yeah, you do need to wait, of course, for that upgrade to come in. It's crazy how fast they train, actually. Oh, this fight starts just before the upgrade comes in. Like I said, though, those Goth units should trade pretty darn effectively. But I mean, they just train so fast! I guess? Huh. Is the unit just broken? I guess the unit is just broken and you don't need to do anything else with Burgundians. They just train so fast! Like, look how you just have so many of them, man! This is so stupid! No, it's just Silver League. It's the only, that's as low as it... I mean, there is a Bronze League, but Bronze League is just qualifiers for Silver League. One more armor? I was thinking that the Goth units would be cheaper and train faster, but that's not even the case. Wow. What a fun and interactive game. The Goth player got outmassed in early feudal age. Wow. That is, wow. Well, I sure hope that's getting nerfed in the next patch. That is Burgundians over Goths. Automatically? Yes. They're like sergeants in that regard. Alright, so Reverse Acropolis is next. Huh? So they start in like a crater as opposed to an Acropolis? That would be my supposition. Our answers, we'll have to see. I mean, it's going to be coming with the DLC, for sure. But that means that the next patch is also not for a month. Or a little less than a month. Oh, I am quite confident that it's not going to be for another month. But that's always been my issue. Not always, but like in recent years, that's been my biggest issue with the devs is that they're just so slow to update their own game. But I don't know if that's a World's Edge problem, a Forgotten Empires problem, or a lack of communication between the two. Anyway, yeah, I'm I don't know if it's like 100% confirmed, but I'm pretty sure we're getting the water rework as well. Anyway. No fish in the middle of this reverse Acropolis, which I enjoy. And yeah, I mean, it is exactly what the name implies. It is a reverse Acropolis. So you start in a pit. Anyway, Lamo's going to be in the blue as the Power Creeper Civ number 1 here to the east, and as the Power Creeper Civ number 2 to the west, it will be Dawe. Good stuff. Good stuff. The human tier of shame? I mean, probably. If Shu were the most cohesive of the Three Kingdom civs right now, then Wei almost certainly would be going into the tier of frowning. Oh, yeah. She absolutely made it to the tier of sadness. Very much so. As in bad design? Yeah. It's not actually called sad. It's, I think, what? Major changes needed, I think is what I call it. So, as far as, like, who's better between Khmer and Wei, it's like, they're both so good, it's hard to say who's better. Maybe Wei are even stronger, because they have the good Cav Archer play too, but Khmer Scorpions should be a pretty solid option against those. Enter Greenland? Well, apparently now he's saying, oh no, we don't need to invade Greenland, that would be ridiculous. I don't know why anyone would ever think that we would use military force to invade Greenland. But who frickin' knows, man? It's all just, embarrassment. Is cold? They know that it's cold. The issue is that it also has a bunch of natural resources. Anyway, oh, gold! There be gold in them there hills. Huh. I wonder what the plan is. Kozmonot's going 20 pop-up, probably just scouts. Lamo, I guess, is going to be opening archers? I mean, if the thought process is, I just don't want to get into a Scout Wars Khmer because then I won't have Spearmen because I want to skip the barracks. I mean, that's fine. But this is going to be a very forward wood line. Whereas green is just chilling here on the low ground for now. They haven't been? Uh-huh. But since when has that ever... Oh, no, he is building them. Okay, I'm lost. Maybe he's going to be going Spearmen and Archers, but then it feels like you're wasting... The issue when Khmer do build the barracks is that if they're against another very strong civ economically, you lose a lot of that potential advantage you have. Like, in general, Khmer and Wei eco is pretty similar, but now Kozmonot, so as soon as he gets his eco upgrades in, it's going to be better for him. Also, this is very inefficient wood cutting. Yeah, there's your archery range. So Lamo's just going to be open up here with an archery range and a barracks, but that, again, it means he has no eco bonus at the moment. He might as well be playing Slavs, and the difference in strength early on between Chimera and Slavs, like, you can just, even in just, like, thinking about it, you're like, oh, wow. That is basically the cost of building this barracks, is turning your early game from Chimera to Slavs. It's actually slightly worse than Slavs, because Slavs get the extra housing space from your buildings, which is, you know, it's a nice little boost. Yeah, I mean, even going double range would have been at least a bit more interesting. No DBA on the way yet here for Lamo. We do have that upgrade on the way for our way player. Got some walls coming in here as well. I guess this map is actually easier to wall than is regular Acropolis, now that I think about it. Because regular Acropolis, you know, you start on the Acropolis and you'd have to, like, completely wall yourself in a circle. Here you could just wall yourself to the edge of the map. Although, obviously, you still could get pushed quite easily from the high ground. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. We'll have to see how this map pans out. It's just a regular land map with just, like, you know, some slightly different aspects of it, which already, to me, makes it more interesting than most tournament maps. You know you have a good eco? Yeah, it's almost like Slavs are a power creep civ and Chimera are a power creeper civ. Chimera also get Bracer, and Slavs don't. Well, a little bit annoying here. Yeah, oh, there is the farm upgrade coming in, so you are getting those 2 extra villagers at this point here as Dr. Kozmonot. I think he misspelled brick lasagna, Dr. Notche. It's definitely brick lasagna. Although I think Bulgarians also say it. Okay, now we have the farm upgrade coming in after only 2 farms, so it's still pretty decent. See, the way players starting to add in some farms here as well. Way? Yes, that is the civilization in which you are serving, Mr. Archer and Spearman. But as things stand, you can see Dr. Kozmonot is going to be getting that eco lead. All he's made are 1 scout and 2 spearmen. Need to be competitive? I don't really think they need anything. I think they just need other civs to getting nerfed. Okay, there's an archery range coming in. I talk about it in State of the Civs, though. I've already written the Slavs section. There's honestly not even that much to say about the Civ. Like, just get some get some nerfs to the top civs and they're fine. Not every civ can be a skirm cav archer civ with a fast eco. But also, that's kind of part of the problem right now is that civs don't play to their strengths that much these days. It's like every civ is just skirms and cav archers. And so it's like what makes a good civ is really just what executes that meta well, as opposed to, okay, I'm playing Franks, so I'm gonna go knights, and then I'm gonna be playing as, I don't know, frickin' Celts, so I'm gonna go for a siege push. It's like, oh, we're gonna go skirms and boom. Anyway, 1 second idle time here for Kozmonot, although Lamo's still starting to keep up with that eco. He's on 11 farms to 8, so I mean, Chimera eco is still very, very good. They did change the spectator dashboard. I was complaining about it earlier because I don't like change. Uh-oh, the overforage! Oh no! The overforage. Now, the archers do not have fletching, so only 2 total villagers are dying, but obviously that's not what you want to be. Random spearmen go down there, and the archers will be able to escape. The status? You can see the status is just in a different location. But yeah, look at this. Now, Chimera eco. It's good to have a reminder of just how silly the Chimera eco is. We're breached, exactly. Exact mundo. Lamo getting closer and closer to Castle Age. He's only spending food on one villager at a time. He did not bother with the fletching upgrade, and I don't even think he's going to grab it now. Just click up to Castle Age. Why not? Your opponent's still stuck on their side of their base, or in their base on their side of the map. Yeah, might as well cut Vill production now. Fletching on the way for green. I mean, he's getting scouts plus skirm. That ain't bad for sure. But there we go. Castle Age is on the way. Fletching is certainly going to be the next item on the agenda. Remember, those villagers can hop into houses, so like they're fine for now. More walls coming in. There's the fletching upgrade. No Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. Oh. Archer's kind of going the wrong way, though. Lamo honestly making a pretty big mistake here. Okay, I mean, I guess he's not going to make archers and cast. Oh, no, he's adding. Okay, this is just a huge mistake then. What you need to do is you need to micro the archers away from the skirmishers towards the town center. The villagers will just go into the houses as need be. Now you've lost basically your entire army, and you have no early Castle Age power spike. As opposed to having a little bit of idle time on the villagers, that are at least still safe. And then you just hit Castle Age and you still have a ton of resources to get crossbow and body, and then you can just push right back out. That is a huge, huge blunder right there for Lamo. Oh, but he's making an elephant. I forgive him. I forgive him. He's actually making Chimera elephants. Oh my god. The Mumakil is ready for battle. Meanwhile, I got a market coming in now, but Kozmonot's going to keep up with the pressure. He's on 20 farms. Almost still with a little bit of a resources lead. Oh, guys, the Mumakil is so ready for battle. Crossbowmen coming in here as well. And with a little bit of stone selling, Kozmonot's getting ready to click up here. There's crossbowmen, bow saws coming in too. And a Braha elephant? Yes. That would be both fun and balanced. No upgrades on the cavalry, and you still don't really have many crossbowmen. Again, like, losing all those units was quite rough there for Lamo. But the elephant can at least apply pressure, and the crossbowman can shoot over the walls. Scouts have no upgrades. Skirms just have the fletching upgrade. Mommy kill. Just a little bit of light peppering right there. And you are mostly cleaning that up. And remember, you still have your stone right now as Lamo, so you can go ahead and just add in TCs whenever you have the resources to do so. Kozmonot is starting to mine stone, but he doesn't have any at the moment. And the rest collected are still quite competitive. And there is TC number 2 coming in. Yeah, just be careful with those vills. Still 38 seconds to Castle Age, and honestly, things are going just fine. Ooh, even defensive towers too. So Kozmonot's really going to be stuck on 1 TC for a while. You can see he's got like no wood, and he's going to run out pretty soon. A nice little snag there, but I mean, it feels like Lamo's still working towards a decent eco. Yes, Tristan the Elephant. More skirmisher upgrades. As we all know, we are a skirm civ. Hello, Goat Stroker 34. Oh, archers gonna be finding the right angle to take on those villagers. And I'm not talking about a right angle, I'm talking about the right angle. He's gonna get a few more right there. Archers are still gonna die, though. So it's like you kind of would expect them to make something other than archers. But I guess not. Bit strange for sure. And now the Shenbei Raiders are coming out. I just don't really get why crossbowmen are your unit of choice here as the mare. Like, early Castle Age, I get it, but I don't know why you would continue to make that as, like, your main unit. Like, you'd think it'd be some sort of cavalry plus scorpion. Oh, elephant goes down there. Got wheelbarrow coming in now. Again, res collected are still quite comparable, but you are on the second TC as Lamo, so you're going to be getting a nice villager lead. You have 223 stone at this point as a green player. Kind of curious as to what his plan is. Got some more knights, so I guess you're going like knight plus crossbowman. But the thing is, if you really wanted to make crossbowman, you shouldn't be so cavalier with his units. You don't want to trade crossbowman most of the time. Get to high numbers. I mean, Khmer do have very good scorpions. But I mean, I would rather play towards those scorpions at this point as opposed to the crossbowmen. Than just focus on cavalry, like cavalry plus scorpions. But we do have the third TC coming in. And these villagers will at least be semi-safe for the moment. Well, you have to be careful because your woodlands are quite poor. You have this second TC over to the west from Kozmonot, so at least that will allow him a little bit better income. Talon with siege onagers, I couldn't have said it better myself. Whatever that means. Anyway, chain barding armor is in here for Lamo. He's now really starting to get a nice resources advantage. The Shenbei Raiders are crossing the map, though. Your job hunt going? Awful. I'm miserable and stressed all the time. Thank you for asking. No bloodlines, actually, even though you do have that +2 defense. Yeah, well, the knights are gonna go down. That's just, I get asked that a lot, as if, like, there's ever any positive developments, and it's like, no. There really isn't anything positive to say. It is truly unfortunate. Actually, there are actual sets to cast today. It's very thrilling. Anyway, now we're getting to Skirm v Skirm! Whoa! Let's go! Whoa! Frickin' let's go! Oh my goodness. Finally, these guys are stopping with all these other... No, don't make the Shenbei Raiders. Well, at least if you're not making a skirmisher, he's making a cav archer. So, you know, like the other acceptable thing. Nice snipe there. Ballistics is going to be huge, of course, though. And it is still 3 TCs to 2 in favor of our blue player, Lamo. But this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. It feels like, okay, we can say some civs are fine, some civs need a little bit of help, but when every civ just does this exact same thing over and over again, it's like, what's even the point? If you don't have, you know, civilizations play to their strengths, unless those strengths are the things that you're already doing anyway. Anyway, these are some nice kills. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's been great pressure here from Lamo. Shenbei Raiders are charging in. Other than Thumb Ring, they are, and Ballistics, they're fully upgraded. Should have had Knights. What? You know something is wrong? Yeah. Exactly. Market now coming in. Yeah, the eco balance for Lamo is not great, nor is he mining any stone. And now we have a conga line of Vills coming forward. This could be Kozmonot's opportunity here. He's taking good fights, and now the castle is coming. This is exactly the sort of thing he needs, but still have several range units for Lamo. He actually has the nominal military advantage at this point. Skirms are doing skirmy things. Now, what I like that Kozmonot did is that he sent a ton of Vills, right? He is not shirking on his Vill number sending. So the castle's going to go up, although he's going to lose a few Vills in the process. It's not really the end of the world. Yeah, it's like he did the correct thing. For the love of doubt. What are you doing? Literally, either of these TCs would have been fine. What are you doing? Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, this is a nice little raid arena as well. As, again, the wood income is tough for both players. No, seriously, the imp will be denied by this castle, almost certainly. Unless there's repairs that are happening. But why are you making more ranges, dude? Like, dude, why? Make cavalry units or freaking scorpions. Don't make things that are hard countered by tiger cavalry. Oh, jeez. Now, Lamo, again, still no castle, not even close to a castle. And he still just has sort of this hodgepodge of ranges. Now, has 54 Vills on wood, 11 on food, 12 on gold, 6 on stone. It's not a good eco balance. Oh, and it's actually going to come in? Oh my god, it is, I think. Yeah. Okay, that is way too close, though. Oh my god, okay, now the castle's coming in, bought a bunch of stone to make it happen. Chunky high attack melee unit, yeah, if only. More Tiger Cav are on the way, and Castle Age Tiger Cav can still possibly work here. I guess they have no upgrades right now because all of the upgrades have gone into skirmishers and Cav Archer equivalents. Paganini, thank you for the raid. This is a game, all right. Trebuchet on the Trebu way. Tiger Cav coming over here to these. Remember, they don't charge up on villagers. Like, they don't get the extra stats, extra attack and HP. Treb coming in, but like, you still have such an unimpressive army at the moment right now as Lamo. 4 Tiger Cav are incoming. You have 20 Vills on stone as Dr. Kozmonot. And he's ahead in resources, and he is ahead in age. And he has more army, and it just feels like Lamo isn't getting anywhere. It's really weird. There's a lot of Tiger Cav queued up. And now you still have this blob of units running around. You got Fortune coming in, too. About to go down. Very true. Hard to go Tiger Cav without a castle. Still, they are very solid raiding units. And those villager kill numbers are only climbing as just are not making anything good here. That's a lot of Vills who are going down, guys. That's a lot of Vills that are going to be going down. Like, a lot of Vills that are going down. Oh my goodness. Guys, Tiger Cav have 4 base Pierce armor. It's the same as an Elite Skirmisher. They take a very long time to die to ranged units. They are very explicitly an anti-archer unit. They get, what, 6 bonus damage against them? Yeah. And the castle still stands. It's taken 6,000 damage for now. Of course, the trebuchet production is quite sluggish, and now there's even another castle up in the first place. But Ellie's? But yeah, just go Ellie's. Exactly. The Tiger Cav are awful against elephants. Oh my god. "46 dead villagers now. That castle's fine." Look at this, he's even freaking getting chemistry at the forward universe. You can't defend an entire farm eco? No, but what you can do is you can apply pressure to the castle with the elephants. Yeah, but you're never going to have the mobility advantage in this situation. That's just the way it is. Archers are, like, doing nothing this whole time. So what you need to do is you need to be able to pressure this castle and, you know, keep the units at home and then just take down the factories of the Tiger Cav. But Kozmonot is able... Like, the thing is, Kozmonot plays that sort of basic unit meta very well with the way. Chimera, you still kind of need to lean into their strengths, especially against a Civ that also has a very good eco. Like, there are so many good Civs in the game right now that Chimera can't just play these generic units and always expect to win. Not against the very, very best Civ. With raids? Yes, but what you can do with elephants is at least try and keep the Tiger Cav closer to the castle by going after those villagers and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, run 88 dead vills, guys. The trebs are going to go down. The castle is still totally fine. 17,000 damage taken, and, like, the treb push here is so extremely slow. A Cavalier would still be largely fine. Remember, no melee armor for Tiger Cav. That was extremely painful, guys. Like, extremely painful. Walden, I mean, it's like the nail in the coffin, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference either way. He was still behind in food collected as the Chimera there. Barely had any stone collected. It just... Ellie's? Yes, exactly. That is exactly the case. Exactly the case, I say. Doing better? He actually might just now be getting home from the doctor, so hopefully that is all good. Lamo loses Reverse Acropolis. That is the way over the Chimera. And now it will probably be Italians versus Malians on everybody's favorite map, High Tides. And that'll be my last game of the day. Because I got stuff to do. All right. Well, let's see, you guys. Oh, yeah. Cut off a little bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. There she blows. All right, a minute 40, and we will be getting here into game number 3 of 3. "43 seconds." Oh. Good thing they had the spec delay turned on, otherwise everything would have gone horribly wrong. All right, guys, here we are, game number 3. See if Lamo can get a point on the board. Remember, every single win does matter here in TTL. You don't want to go down 0-3. Lamo's going to be in the blue, actually playing the Dravidians, his last pick. Malians were his highest remaining pick. I mean, but Malians, Byzantines, and Dravidians are all very good on hybrid maps, so, I mean, it's not like it's that big of a deal, but it is still an interesting footnote. Italians, meanwhile, number 1 civ pick here for Dr. Kozmonot, and they're always going to be solid. They're honestly not, like, the most aggressive civ here for High Tides, which is obviously a very aggressive map, but it still should be pretty darn good here for our green player. Got plenty of zebras and whatnot to wall in early, and we'll have to see if Lamo can do anything aggressive here with Uncle C-Tom. And really, are both players going to be going for the water? Because we saw one game on this map earlier that was really quite good because he was the Incas player going for like a almost full land approach. This is typically the sort of civ matchup we see, though. Aggressive water civ versus aggressive water civ. And it's just like a bunch of docks all right next to each other, and then whoever wins that wins the game. So we shall have to see. Got 3 on wood right there. Just now building the lumber camp. Maybe Kozmonot lured in the deer equivalents earlier? I don't know. No idea. Not like Blue took from many stragglers either. Yeah, a little bit ahead in wood income. Of course, just getting that dock down faster is very helpful. Got a goat running around doing goat things. A corgi running in here doing corgi. Down those goats, and here comes the Vil over to the north for that dock. Same here for Kozmonot, and his scout's even here a little bit faster, so you need to be super careful, because neither player has loom. Here comes the dock in sort of that ideal spot on the island, which is going to be closest to the majority of fish. Oh, no. Guys, losing the Vil here, I'm not exaggerating, is pretty close to GG. Oh, my God. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, this is literally the one thing you cannot let happen. That's not how Alcatrazing works. It's fine losing the scout there. It really doesn't matter. Like, I have no idea. Legit, guys, I am not exaggerating that is, like, the worst possible outcome. You are fine sacking your scout there as Kozmonot. Like, normally 1 Vil for 1 scout is about an even trade in early game. But when it's the villager that you sent all by its lonesome to build a dock, and you get your own dock down as well, it is a monumental resource swing. I mean, just look at this difference, guys. Oh, man. And you actually had to build the extra house, too. Didn't get to take the early advantage of the extra dock space. Yeah, so you're 2 fishing ships and a villager ahead at this point right now as Dr. Kozmonot. Nantayar. Insta-lose water? Yeah, pretty close to it, because now your uptime is heavily delayed. Oh, he's getting loom too. I don't even think he could have afforded loom at that point. Like, you need to do something pretty YOLO. Okay, there's the mining camp coming in. Yeah, you cannot be doing the same thing as your opponent, but worse at the moment. Oh, no. I don't think you can hamster your way to victory. Okay, so we do have a barracks here. And Lamo is going for some militia. Still, it feels like 2 fire galleys are literally enough to win water here, though. And they can just fish boom behind it. Well, there is Feudal Age, there's 2 fire galleys, there's double bit axe, and you are just cruising right now here as Dr. Kozmonot. I don't know why I said it like that, but, you know, I'm weird and all that stuff. Alright, militia coming forth. Oh, he is going for the second dock. Now, he's building them right next to each other, which can provide a nice little nook for fire ships to run in. But that's, like, you know, semi-decent. And it's going to require maybe a bit more of an investment here, but you can't even afford 2 fire ships. The Ornlu brand? What's the Ornlu brand? Barracks coming in now, and yeah, you're totally fine. But we'll see if the fishing ships garrisoning is going to be, like, a thing that they're keeping. I have no idea what they're changing and they're not changing in the water, incoming water rework. Phrases? I just say things. I don't know if they make sense. It's just sort of this combination of sounds that, in theory, together is cobbling together an AoE 2 cast. The demo ship feels a bit odd, because you're already going to be able to just sort of outmuscle your opponent with fire ships. Feels a little superfluous. A politician? I really, really hate politics. I like to think of myself as pretty well informed on them, but I hate participating in it. Anyway, yeah, Men-at-Arms really doing diddly squat at this point. Not diddy squat, because that would be to the jail with you. The nuke senator. No! Like they would give Greenland a statehood. Yeah. Exactly. Anyway, another villager's lost right there. 4 dead villagers. like I said, losing that early villager is just not something you can typically recover from. Not without getting like a super surprise amount of damage done, but you know, you get that early villager kill, like if you're Dr. Kozmonot, you know, okay, so long as I don't throw away villagers, I'm gonna be good. The 51st state, yes, all of Canada will be one state. Very easy to administer. Deserve statehood? Yes, they do. Well, obviously, the Puerto Ricans should have self-determination, but that's kind of the issue, is that there's a lot of lobbying in Puerto Rico. There's a lot of very convoluted messaging and appreciation. So it's kind of split between let's keep Puerto Rico as is, let's make Puerto Rico a state, and let's make Puerto Rico an independent country, which has by far the least support. It makes by far the most sense for Puerto Rico to be a state. Yes, they'll have to pay more taxes, but it feels like the representation is important. But again, having the white American say what the Latino Caribbean country people should do is pretty wrong. So obviously, it's still down to them to make that determination. And yeah, it's like all of those entities are literally one state. Well, those fishing ships are idle for now, which I guess is something. KD is even, and there's only 200 more resources for green at the moment. Getting some kills there. Remember, you get that extra armor as Italians, which is quite helpful. Yeah, good fights there. I guess the resources destroyed is similar? I don't know. It feels like Kozmonot's taking better fights, and he has more villagers, and he has more resources collected. Like that? Yep. But again, it doesn't really make sense for Puerto Rico to become an independent state. They don't really have the economic strength. They don't have their own military setup. You know, it's a lot of infrastructure required to be your own country. Anyway, nice skirmisher usage here from Lamo, able to drive back the archers. And like they would gain independence and be like massively in debt to the rest of the US, which is pretty painful. Well, Greenland has a lot of issues in that they just don't have many people, right? So it's hard to create and administer you know, all of that like infrastructure in Greenland without really just like the people and the technical experience. I mean, there's been a ton of brain drain in Greenland, where most of the young professionals are going over to Denmark, so it's tough. But yes, lots of, well, the big tax havens in the Caribbean tend to be ones that are not independent countries. The ones that are independent countries tend to be either tourist destinations or tourist destinations and actually somewhat poor. Like the U.S. Virgin Islands and the Cayman Islands are like the big tax havens. And that's British and American respectively. Like St. Bart's is the big tourist destination for like the rich people. The Bahamas is, I guess, its own independent country, to be fair. But yeah, St. Bart's is British. It's not like there are tons of people going to hanging out in Grenada or St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Antigua and Barbuda. Oh, for sure. Is it French? French, British, what's the difference? Same thing. University coming in. Is you still have your empire? Yeah, the French and the Portuguese were in a stiff competition for let's never, ever, ever let our empire go. Fight wars versus France? No. Not an official war anyway. America and France have always been allies. I mean, there were a few diplomatic incidents like, you know, the XYZ affair and all that, but America and France have usually been pretty tight. All right, ballistics coming in now. Where are the skirmishers? They're chilling in those ranges. And need to pop out. Or you can just tap out, that's true. What a game. I freaking love hybrid maps. No, but Kozmonot, honestly, just the better player overall. And getting that early kill on this map was just huge, huge, huge. It's always a popular one. Oh, yes. But then we turned it around and loved the English even more. Yeah, the current administration is doing its best to alienate all of America's allies. Gold? Wait, why is Gold League a best of 5? I think it is. I think they just did it. Oh no, it is. Oh, what? I have no idea. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it. Yeah, Ballista vs. Overtaken's going on, but I have other stuff I need to do at the moment. It's not worth me streaming with, unfortunately, so few people. At least not for all that long. So that is going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.